Hello everybody, welcome. It's Wednesday, we're halfway through the week and we're back on to continue creating our Duckhook Golf Course Country Club. One day we'll have our own members and we'll have our beautiful course. How are we selecting the courses? From 18 courses that feature on our tour calendar very regularly. Everybody's played these 18 courses, so they know really backwards how the holes look, so that their opinions are important. Your opinions are important, boys. Okay, so where we are, we're trying to finish the front nine of our Duckhook Golf Course. So today we're looking at hole 9, and as per usual, we have our esteemed panel that will join us. Let's say hello to everybody. Hello everybody.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
How's that?
I'd just like to let everyone know it's actually Thursday.
Is it Thursday?
Yeah, you lost today there, man.
I can't keep up. Okay, so yesterday was Wednesday, and tomorrow is Friday. Welcome. How was everybody's Thursday? Let's start with Ryan quickly. Ryan, you had a good exam that you had to write.
Yeah, interesting. You know, not going back to college for the second sort of semester, and we did everything online. And today we wrote our Managing a Golf Business exam online through the PGA website. Big ups to them. It was flawless. We were log in, click on the link, and go for it. And a few of us got timed out at the end because it literally cuts you off. But it was good. I literally got my final full stop in, and it cut me out. So got it done and feeling pretty good about it.
Well done, well done. One insight on how exactly the questions were? Give us a question that you had to answer.
It was just sort of 3 long questions. It wasn't a big paper because I obviously had to also make it work. So it was just 3 questions on like sort of the current situation of golf. First question being issues affecting golf clubs and how I would fix them as the new apprentice or new professional coming into the club. And the second question was just a little case study on income, on bringing new members into the course and introducing them, getting them to find memberships and how much income we would generate through memberships. And then the third question was just to sort of design and sort of an engagement or event on how to sort of bring more revenue into the club.
Great. Well, sounds good. Good luck. I'm sure. When do you know your results?
Next week. Sometime next week we'll get our results, but feeling pretty good, like I said. So happy days.
Awesome. And a fan says, well done, Ryan Esmond. Okay, let's move. Dylan, you're up. How was your Thursday?
Yeah, things are getting a bit busy now. I think I'm missing the lockdown level 4. I've had to start doing a lot of work, driving around, quite busy with lessons, which is great. Just now, just the last little piece of the puzzle. If we can get back on the golf course, that would be fantastic.
Good. Fats, you're up. How was your day?
I had a day at home today, away from the office. So busy with work, and then we started getting our cooking and baking skills on today. Made some homemade mayonnaise, condensed milk, so we're ready for the ice cream, and a nice slow cooked pork belly, in between doing the normal day job.
Awesome. So, there's only one thing left to do, and that is to introduce our very special guest. So, can we please have a drum roll for our very special guest? And it is, boom, Andrew Shepherd. Hello, Andrew.
Hi, you gentlemen.
Now, if you don't know who Andrew is the golf director at Blue Valley. So I thought it would be great to get Andrew on from his perspective, seeing that Blue Valley is kind of a favorite in what the hole 9 is today. So, Andrew, tell me, give us an update from the inside the golfing world. Talk us about Blue Valley. How's the course looking? What you guys doing in amongst this lockdown? How's life at Blue Valley? Can you hear me?
Okay, there we go. At Blue Valley, the guys are just wanting to climb on the course, you know. We can't, we have to hold them back. So everyone's asking me, come on guys, I want to go play golf. We're allowed to go play golf. I said, no guys, you can't. You know, it's impossible. So yeah, the guys can't wait to get back out.
So tell me,
and I'm sure like the rest of the guys.
What is the course looking like? It must be magnificent. You had no feet going through there.
Yeah. Geez, the course is looking beautiful. So looking mint conditions. The guys just can't wait to get out.
Okay, great.
Maz, I have to say, I see that Blue Valley has had a really good social media presence.
Yeah.
I see their pictures posted 2-3 times a day. I have to agree with Andrew there. From judging from those photos, the course looks very inviting. It looks spectacular. And just a big up to Andrew and his staff for staying on top of things and obviously adjusting to these tricky times.
Well done, Andrew. Okay. Boys, the time has come. The time has come. So, what do we normally do when we get to this stage? We recap what's been happening.
Yeah.
Okay, so recapping. Fats, your turn. Action.
Right. First of all, we had Reading, the little tricky par 4 through the trees. Then we had Glendower, the par 5, great golf hole, one of my favorites. Number 3, we had Kyalami, the little par 3 over the water. Then we had the stroke 1 at Woodhill. Number 5, put it on the screen, please. Thank you. We had the little par 4 at Danefern. And then also one of my favorite holes in Joburg is the 6 at Copperleaf. And then we went for the 7th, the pit at Irene. And then the signature hole of Serengeti, the par 5-8 with the Island Green.
Fantastic. Yes. It was awesome. And then we chose Serengeti. So I want to show you a flyover of that quickly if this actually plays. Is it going to play? No, it's not going to play. Okay, let's look at the hole selection for today. Today's hole selections. We are on the 9th. That means we've got 11 holes left to choose from. And looking at today is basically the par 4s are back in focus. And if you think about it, there's not many courses that feature a par 5 or par 3 as their final 9th hole back into the clubhouse. But most of these holes are actually quite short. So let's start with Peakenwood, par 4. This is not the short one, obviously, 402 meters. We've got Eagle Canyon. Unfortunately, in my opinion, this is quite a disappointing 9th hole with a tee box that's moved forward to avoid hitting houses, and that driving range is impossible. So I don't think many are going to go for Eagle Canyon. Firethorn has the shortest par 4 on the list at 318 meters. Most will be hoping to drive this green when they're big one day. Blue Valley, popular selection on the poles and including the panel. Downhill, also over 400 meters. Highlands Gate, great hole. Another one visually. Dogleg, right to left with water along the left. We have great memories of that 9th hole at Highlands Gate. Royal East, they have a par 4 to finish as well. Glen Vista, also back up the hill with a tricky par 4 with a green. You know, it's difficult to hit the fairway there, in my opinion. And then you've got a tricky green. If you're at the back, it's very fast. It's the second shortest par 4. So you can enjoy the look of the glass house on the left and wonder, how do they use that bathroom? And then tee off and not head into the blue stakes. Houghton, they've got a par 3, a very difficult, that par 3, if the wind is blowing, to select the right club is a challenge. And then Jackal Creek has to throw in a par 5 to mix it all up. Fantastic. Okay. Let's start with you, Fats. What is the hole that you and most people are probably glowing for today?
This was actually quite a difficult decision for me, Maz. I really love the 9th at Firethorn, the short par 4, and then as well as Ibotsi. Great hole with the stakes on the right and bunkers to the left. Not a difficult hole, just a very interesting hole. But as my 18 panned out, I had to go for Blue Valley.
So you went
reason also for me is I'm not a massive fan of Blue Valley. Maybe because I just don't play well when I play there. It's very up and down.
You should come now. You should come now in better conditions.
Well, no, I will definitely do that. But yeah, to me the 9th at Blue Valley does stand out. Also a difficult hole, little dog leg. Also not an easy green to hit. Couple of bunkers around the green. You can't go over the green with that slope. So yeah, for me, it's the best hole at Blue Valley, and it fits nicely into my 18.
I think many would agree. Cool. Dylan, what do you think of Blue Valley's 9th?
Cool. I don't know if I necessarily think it's the best hole at Blue Valley. I think the problem that I had was that I think Blue Valley's back 9 is way more sort of interesting and technical than the front 9. There's a few really strong holes there on the back 9. and very different holes. The 13th, 14th, 15th, that little stretch there is so different, and it's not that common where you play 3 par 4s in a row that are that different like that. So the problem I had is that the back 9, we've got courses like Highland Gate and Firethorn and Royal East that are slotting in there. So kind of a little bit of a next best type of situation, and that is why I went for the 9th. The 9th hole at Blue Valley is certainly the strongest par 4 on that 9. I like the little bit of length, and I like the redesign of the green. So they sort of steepened up the left side of the green, made that bunker on the left a lot more punishing. On top of that, it does catch balls that they don't kick down the hill and down the car path towards the parking lot. So that was quite clever of them. And then they tiered off the top section of the green to create a very interesting and very scary pin for that back left or back middle pin on that top tier, which is really, really cool. I've actually normally played that as my 18th when I play Blue Valley, and it's a really tricky one if you got a good round going and you get too defensive there. But if you've got to make up some money that you're losing, it's not the easiest one to get aggressive on either. So I do like it. It asks for a lot. I may have hit 1 or 2 into the mall, a couple of visits to the mall on the right hand side there. So overall, not a pushover of a hole, a nice strong hole. A lot of it's going to test a lot part of your game. So that's why I went for it.
Before I get to Ryan and Andrew about Blue Valley, I managed to sneak in, thank you Andrew, to Blue Valley. So I recorded something for you guys. I'm going to play it, so enjoy. So I find myself near Blue Valley on a chilly Wednesday. And I thought, let me stop and bring to life the 9th hole of Blue Valley because that is on the list. Well, here we are. We're on the tee box. This is generally the white tees. Even in front, it could be there. In the distance, it dips away. Slight dogleg to the right. 2 bunkers on the right-hand side and a bunker on the left. I think that's about 200 out. So if you can get it down that hill, much easier approach. Come with me, let me show you. This is the ladies' tee box. Hands up. Who's not got past this box? Anyway, let's go down. $150 out. This is what it looks like. Looking behind us, there was a tee. And now, behind me, is the green. So, standing in the middle of the green right now. There is the approach shot, so you can see from the top into a little valley and then back onto the green. And the green slopes from the front all the way to the back. If you follow me around, and this is probably the trickiest part for hole position, because this is really a little hump at the back of the screen. And then we've got the bunker on this side. And let me tell you one thing. The amount of times I've seen people in that bunker play out and land up in that bunker is crazy. Anyway, this was Blue Valley 9th. There you go. So now we know what it looks like. And can you see how good the condition is? The condition looks lovely.
Well done, man. Awesome.
It's a pity I can't go around all 18. Then we might have a problem, Dorian. You go, so on. Okay, so Ryan, Blue Valley. From now that you've seen what's happening.
So from what you said and what Dill said, not much to add. I like it because once again it brings you into sort of a different thought process on the tee box. Because yes, it's long enough to pull out your driver and have a go, but you do bring out the Paul Rickettses out, that will miss it right into where you can't be going. But it also, from the tee box, it makes you feel like you need to kind of cut the corner when I actually don't think you do. You can take iron off. It's massively downhill. So if driver's not working, you can hit a long iron and let it release down the fairway. And then it's just a tricky shot to your sort of tricky wedge shot to the green, because it is quite severely downhill. Doesn't really look like it, but it is. Like Dill said, you don't really want to be missing it into that bunker on the left. As Maz so beautifully explained, a lot of guys end up in the bunker on the right after that.
Or the other way around.
It's really off to finish your front nine. As Dill said, finishing is 18 most of the time. But, coming in, good round going, and you can cock that hole up quite easily. And then it puts your mind into a different sort of state going into the 10th hole. So it's quite an important hole to sort of finish strong and get right.
Andrew, take us through the technical parts of that hole. You're there every day.
Yeah, for sure. Geez, definitely. Because I think there's 3 tees you can use. One for the yellow, and then 2 for the blues. And then it's a tough hole into the wind. It's the members complain if I put the tees on the back there, because they can't even reach the bunkers with their drives into the wind. So they've got to take their 3 woods out. So not too fun, but very tough hole. So for average guys, driver, you got trouble on your left, you got out of bounds left, out of bounds right, bunkers left, bunkers right, a small gap through the bunkers if you catch it. And into the wind to fly the right-hand bunker is still is a good hit, So it's quite a gamble. And even from then, when you go from your second shot, you've got a small target, especially when the pin, like you say, was at that back shelf there at the back there, where you've got no chance.
You have no chance.
If you miss left, you miss right, you're game over. If you miss long, that's also game over. Now we've cut the grass even short at the back, so it'll roll further down now. So
right.
So yeah.
Okay, well,
I enjoy that hole.
Good. Let's look at the polls, just to reiterate what is happening. Blue Valley, most of us is going for Blue Valley. So I think it's pretty much decided on what the 9th hole of the Duckhook Golf Course is going to be. Also with the comments, most of our guys are going towards Blue Valley. So, yes, well done, Blue Valley. Andrew, your course is in there. Now,
yes, thanks, guys.
Normal, we are quickly going to recap some of the other holes for us. To look at, because we have some nice holes. Once again, I'm going to leave Peakenwood up to Ryan. Ryan, do your Peakenwood thing.
For me, it's a bit of a nothing hole, eh? You don't get much straighter than that. So if you can just hit your drive down the fairway, you end with sort of a 150 to 130 meter shot in green. So if you get the tee shot right, get your wedge on the green, it's a pretty easy 2-putt. It's quite a chilled hole. Loads of options off the tee box. So there's not much to really think about when you're standing on the box there. Just the standard Peakenwood thought of houses.
Okay, we need to keep talking until this video is finished.
Hey Ryan, the fairway tends to bowl a little bit, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So if you do tug it a little bit, kind of kicks right, you push it, it kicks back.
For me, the worst miss on that tee box is going into that bunker on the left, and you kind of are blocked by the trees.
Or the driving range.
That's quite a long hit, from the back tees or for your average golfer. But like Bill says, the fairway does bowl, so if you miss it left or right, it kind of feeds back to the middle and runs quite long. It's probably one of the firmer fairways at Peakenwood.
Fats, take us through Ibotsi quickly.
Ibotsi, look, it's to me, it's not a driver hole. Usually, either take 3-wood or hybrid. Just try and get it, more to the right of the fairway, so you got a better angle into the green. But with saying that, you don't want to miss right, because you got that hazard there, which is you're not allowed to go into or even look for your ball. But it's an interesting 9th hole, not too long. The green is pretty flat. So I don't think it's much to it, but just a beautiful looking hole. And you can't really take driver on that hole for me.
Dylan, you mentioned Firethorn was one of your thoughts. You can take us through Firethorn. I've got a little flyover for you here.
Oh, this is a crackerjack hole. I think all great courses have a drivable par 4. Having it as your 9th is maybe not the best time in the round, but still pretty good, I guess. And it's such a great it's such a great risk reward. You can see the angle of the green there. So it's like one in, even if you're hitting at the right length, it's maybe 1 in 20, 1 in 25 that the ball actually settle on that green. Because the only way to actually hit the green correctly would be to aim at the driving range and hit a big roping hook. And I think McIlroy is the only one who's got the big enough endorsement deal to actually try that one. Any other Sunshine Tour player playing in a SA Open or something like that is not going to risk a paycheck by trying that shot.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, generally it's very difficult. And then when they do have the prevailing wind or they have the tees a little bit up, then they generally put that flag front left, just behind that bunker. Which means if you bail out a little bit, or if you don't quite catch your tee shot, then basically you've got a 40 or 30 meter shot of very tight fairways onto a slightly raised green, which basically means you can't stop the bloody ball. So you've got a 30 meter shot that you're having to aim sort of right of the bunker because it's such a small portion of green there. So yeah, cool little hole. The cart path on the left kind of takes a little bit away from it. I've seen a couple of guys sort of pull it or snap hook it and run it in the cart path. So that's not ideal. I thought maybe they could have put the cart path on the other side of the 10th tee where it's a little bit more out of play. But yeah, other than that, I think it's a cool hole. It's a fun hole. I've seen some 2s there and I've seen some 7s there. So that's always a bit of fun to have. But it definitely doesn't compare with Blue Valley. Not at all.
Yeah.
I want to say quickly, Basil, if you're watching, Baz, can you drive the green? Answer, quick. All right. I want to touch on Highlands Gate. I'm not going to really do Houghton and Jackal Creek because they're the par 5 and par 3. They're not going to really feature and we can't be here all day. But Highlands Gate's par 5 is the scene of an epic classic playoff. So I'm going to actually show you some of this. There's a minute footage.
And our champion's watching, eh? Our champion's
watching. So this is the 9th at Highland Gate where the playoff was with Donnie and Martinez. They're both watching. Great hole. As you can see, great view. We've got it's a dogleg left and then there's the water on the left.
Great memories of an amazing golf tour.
Yo.
Okay, so give me some comment. What do you think? Dylan, have you played this hole?
Who, me?
Yeah, talk us through it.
Oh, yeah, plenty of times.
That's good.
I think it's a stunning hole. I mean, obviously, it's pretty. Elevation change is always great. But it's clever as well because it narrows out right at driving distance. So if you really want to take driver, your landing area is about half the size if you take a 4-iron or a 2-iron or something like that. So you can comfortably hit a 2-iron and a wedge. But if you do want to take the driver, then all of a sudden your landing area is about 12 meters wide, which is not a lot. Obviously, you get rewarded if you pull it off. But yeah, just a nice solid par 4. If you do lay back, the tee shot becomes very easy because everything kind of feeds towards the middle of the fairway. So the play is 2-iron or hybrid and a little pitching wedge or maybe a 9-iron or something like that. And then that green angles back towards the fairway. So once you hit the fairway, it becomes a really, really easy shot, as long as you're not distracted by the water or by the playoff.
By the playoff. And the thing, Fats, is we went there on a classic. It's 3 rounds of medal. And to come down to the last hole and to have a playoff with 36 odd players, it's a great finish. That's what stuck in everybody's mind.
Absolutely. To have 2 guys tied at the end of the day of the 54 holes of medal, and the second day we did play off the tips as well, was just amazing. I mean, all the other classics that we did have, the winner, I think, was about 4 to 6 shots margin. So to have a playoff was really special, and to do it at Highland Gate, even better. And then the 9th hole, I think, was perfect for that. I think the best thing about that playoff is Martinez was so confident. He normally would stroke that hole, and Donnie not. But he just told Donnie, right, we're going shot for shot, no handicap involved in that. And Martinez made his birdie to win the classic. Brilliant. Absolutely amazing.
If that ball went in, we would still be partying, I can tell you that much.
It was so close.
It was so close. When you got like 30 oaks around the hole going, whoa, Different story altogether. Okay, the question,
All
Baz,
shaking,
thanks for
eh?
getting back to me. He says here, Basil says, hit into greenside bunker at the SA Open, which means what? Birdie, par.
He didn't hit the green.
Yeah, that he couldn't reach the green.
Yeah, you could. So you were short. Anyway, yeah. So great. So I wanna quickly throw out there. I'm gonna give you a quiz before we leave. And guys, the quiz is who. One of the last events we played before we went into lockdown was at Blue Valley on the Thursday League. I want to know who was the winner. So put up your hand first. Go. The guys in the comments might beat you. Who was the winner at Blue
Was
Valley?
it Etienne?
Etienne. You are very, very correct. Well done, Fitz. And you
I
weren't
wasn't even there, but I remember Etienne winning one right at the end somewhere. So, yeah, it had to be Blue Valley.
Yeah, had to be.
Maz, can I please post one more quick question?
You go for it.
It's another quiz question.
Yeah, go for it.
Who in their very, very first Duckhook event, after becoming affiliated with Duckhook, played his very, very, very first event at Blue Valley off the senior tees?
I got it. It's wait. This is the answer. Boom. Yes, so it goes out. They teed off first because somebody didn't. Robert Michael, are you watching? Didn't arrive. And then he was playing with his partner, and then off they went early so they could get out early, only to realize that they played off the ladies' tees the whole time. Poor form.
Well done.
And they didn't win. Very poor. So,
Welcome to Duckhook.
gentlemen, that's it. We've been on air for
Hey,
28
Lily.
minutes.
I remember playing.
It's so much fun,
I remember playing and thinking to myself, geez, Maz and Fats really set this course up short and easy. I don't understand what's going on here.
This is terrible. Par fives and par fours.
Exactly.
I
Par
was hitting
fives and
wedges.
par fours.
Par five. Oh, that's bad. Yeah, not good.
Okay, well, that wasn't Joey. Right, everybody, thank you for joining us. We're back on tomorrow for hole 10. We're moving on to the back nine finally. So be in touch. Look out on our Facebook page and Instagram page and do your selections and let us know what hole you're wanting to choose. We only have 9 left. It's not many. So we're wrapping up quite quickly now. Less time to debate. But, as I said, we are on for half an hour. So, let's do our normal thing and let's say a goodbye to everybody. Thank you for being involved. Andrew, it was great to speak to you.
Thanks, guys. It's been a pleasure. Thanks very much.
I can see your daughter
Come
wants your attention.
visit me anytime, eh?
Yes, we will be there.
Yeah, it's that time, eh? It's round 2.
Great.
Round 2 of the night start. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, man. All the best.
Yeah.
You too, eh?